Hey guys, it's Tyson here, and I'm in my car again, outside the Books A Million this time, so I'm in a parking lot, no dimes required. It's pretty nice. Free parking. This place has everything. Yeah, but I'm here to answer another one of the AMA questions. This one's from, this is a name I had trouble with. Apparently it's Freer, or something along those lines. A tube account. And that last name kind of cracked me up. But, okay, the questions, I have a feeling you've probably answered this, or at least a similar question, but I have a feeling you've answered this before. There we go. But I don't see many questions yet, so I figured I'd throw it out here. Thank you for doing so. If you could design the perfect game, assuming such was possible that you wanted to and had the resources to, what would its setting and storyline, board game versus computer, difficulty level, and the point/end goal be, especially if it was meant to do something other than simply be fun to play, like educate people about something? Obviously, the reasons to these answers would be just as interesting as the actual answers. I'm gonna kind of cut this up into two pieces. I don't know if I'm gonna do it in two episodes or two vlogs, but I'm gonna cut it up in two pieces. I'm gonna focus on board games first. And I want to thank you for this question because this got me thinking a lot. It's why I did that vlog about Don't Starve. Because I was thinking about it a lot, and that kind of came to mind. I was looking at games I really enjoyed, but stopped playing for some reason or another. But on the board game side of it, the perfect game for me, and I'm not really going to go into setting, because to me, on board games, setting's kind of an afterthought. I mean, a cool theme or setting is nice, but it's really the mechanics that are really important to me. But the perfect game for me would have to be cooperative, with with a possible traitor element. I really like that. Someone just got in the car next to me, and they probably think I'm insane. They keep eyeballing me because it looks like I'm just talking to myself here. But yeah. So, okay, there's a game coming out soon I really, really want to pre-order. I'm not sure if I'll have the money to before pre-order finishes, but it's called Dead of Winter. And basically, it's a cooperative board game. This is the game that could possibly be the perfect game for me. I've seen some gameplay of it. If you go to Watch It Played, which is a YouTube channel, he did a short, step-by-step gameplay video of it, and this could be the perfect game for me. Because it's cooperative, there's a chance that there's a traitor, but not always, but you don't know if there isn't. So you're always suspicious of other people, which is really cool. But there's a goal that everyone is working towards, unless you're the traitor, but whatever. But you also have a secret goal. And if you're not the traitor, you only win if the colony goal is met, and your individual secret goal is met. And if you're the traitor, you have an individual secret goal, and the colony has to fail. Which I think is awesome. But what really caught me about this game is, board games for me are less about winning, and more about the story I get from the game. Which doesn't necessarily mean I need, good story in the game, but it helps if it's not super directed, if that makes any sense. The reason I really enjoy cooperative games over straight competitive games is they, for me, have built better memories. So, my friends and I still talk about when we played Flashpoint, and we had this really epic fire, and we finally managed to beat it. Our first win, right before the building, just collapsed. I mean, we were one die roll away from the building just collapsing. And we still talk about that. But then there was a game in Puerto Rico where I crushed everyone, got double the second highest person score. That, it was a fun game. I enjoyed the process, but that memory isn't something that we're going to talk about. And, it's just, I won. And it was a fun game, cool. But with cooperative games, especially with those traitor elements, you just you can build so many stories out of it. We played Pandemic, and this mad rush as these viruses are erupting all across the world. And it builds such great stories. And that's an important thing to me, because that's why I play board games. It's that social interaction, and it just builds these great stories that I can just cherish, really. But Dead of Winter does this really cool thing. It's called Crossroads. There's this deck of event cards, and every turn, when you start your turn, the person to your right draws the top one. And there's a condition at the top, and they read it to themselves, and if that condition is true, it happens. If it's not true, they watch during your turn, and if it becomes true, the card goes off, and you make a decision. And there's like this nice thematic part where, like, you're hiding in this kitchen. There's this big, or in the school kitchen, there's a big explosion, and you think you're gonna die, and then someone rushes in and saves you, and you can decide, do I want them to join the colony, or do I want to just give them something in thanks, and they head off on their way, I head off on mine. And it's such a cool little thematic toss-ins there. And it's a genius way to do it, where this event only triggers here, and you don't know if it's going to trigger. You don't know if that crossroad's going to go off. So I really like those, and that is the game looked cool, and then I learned about the crossroads part, and it just pushed it over the edge for me, and that has the potential to be the perfect game for me. But I guess the boil down there is, the perfect game for me is semi-cooperative, or cooperative with a possible traitor. Not a traitor every time, but the possibility of a traitor secretly. So even if there is no traitor, everyone's suspicious, and you're questioning people's motives, so there's that tension every time, even if there's no traitor. So that, I want that to be a cool theme. Like, for me, zombies is a fun theme. I enjoy that. A nice sci-fi theme, I really like the Cthulhu universe, that whole theme there. That's really cool to me. I'm a big fan of Arkham Horror. I haven't tried Eldritch Horror yet, but that kind of stuff I love. So there's the theming. The perfect game for me would be a board game. I prefer board games over video games, which says a lot because I love video games. The perfect video game, I'm going to talk about that for a sec. Oh, and the ability to make sure you can play with only 3 people. Because there's a lot of co-op games with trader mechanics that, that's just not fun until you have 4 or 5 people. And it's so hard to pull together a group like that sometimes. But, let's see. Video game-wise. Don't Starve comes close. I don't know, I couldn't tell you exactly, because once again, the theme isn't nearly as important as the way the mechanics play. I want something with a lot of systems that interact in interesting ways that I can explore. That's the important thing for me. And I really like certain pacing elements, as in, I like, once again, to be able to create my own story, as opposed to playing through the story of a game. So, like Minecraft, I get to create my own story. Don't Starve, I create my own story. Terraria, I wasn't a huge fan of Terraria. I didn't dislike it. It's just I never really got deep into it. That 2D style with the very small blocks I didn't catch my fancy. But there were certain things in that I absolutely adored. The main one being, I love that you can fight the bosses when you're ready. And that's something that would be in my perfect game. There's challenges out there that have rewards, and you face them when you want to face them. And Better Than Wolves does a really good job of that. Like, the Nether Stars from the Withers are a really cool reward, and they unlock a lot of awesome stuff. And you face it when you're ready. When you feel, okay, well, first off, you have to get past that base. I have to have these items to do it. 3 Wither Skulls and the Soul Sand. But when I want to do it, I go do it. It's not like, okay, I've reached this point in the game, it throws me into the boss fight, I have no choice. And then the Ender Dragon, you know, you can get Soul Forged Steel after that, and you do that when you're ready, and I love that. So, not as many specifics on the video game, but I want exploration. And I mean real exploration, not like. I think it'd have to be procedurally generated, honestly, because I'm not talking like Fallout, oh, I went over here and there was this cool building, and that is cool, I enjoy that, but I will get bored of that. But with something like Minecraft, I can just go forever and create my own story. And I want challenges that I can choose when to face, and systems that interact with each other in interesting ways that I get to find out, and something that I don't have to look at a wiki to understand. That is a big thing for me. I want to be able to play with the systems and organically begin to understand them. But, yeah, Freer, thank you so much for the question, because this one really got me thinking. It was awesome. And I probably have some other things I want to talk about in vlogs that have come out of thinking about this question. Yeah. So, other news, podcast-related news. I'm started doing some recording today. Just trying to get in the flow and the feel for it, you know, see what works for me. I have no idea what to name it, because every name I've come up with is so incredibly cheesy. Yeah. They're all puns about cold and chill and cool. It's real bad. I have a problem, guys. I have a pun problem. But, still working on that. I'm running low on questions. I'm going to work on a place to put the questions up so you guys can see what's on my list to be answered. So I'm working on that. Put some more questions down there. I'm loving doing this. This is super fun. I hope you guys are enjoying it. You seem to be, based on views and likes and comments. You guys seem to be really enjoying this as well. So toss me some more questions so I can keep on doing this. I've really been enjoying it. And the vlogs are going to be a mix of, you know, question answering. Occasionally I'll just talk about, you know, stuff I want to talk about, like the last one was. On Saturdays and Sundays, you could probably expect me to be talking about Star Trek, because every Saturday I go to the game store and play some Attack Wing or some other board games with some friends. Like, we're going tomorrow. The op is on Monday, First Contact op. I'm super excited. I've got a fleet ready, and I'm going tomorrow with a buddy of mine to play a couple games and fine-tune the fleet. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to work out well. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I've got going on right now. Yeah, leave me some questions down below. Hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe for more content and for great justice. And as always, have a great one.